Hey, folks, I am so excited. A couple of things. Welcome to 2026. I mean, I realize I'm a day early here, but welcome to 2026. Super excited to be moving forward. The thumbnail for this video is Etch made my website fast. Literally last weekend, we went ahead and we published the new Manana No Mas website. And I didn't do a bunch of fanfare. It was a soft launch. Wanted to make sure everything went okay. We have a lot of stuff in the background of Manana No Mas. We've got an LMS back there, a CRM back there. There's as far as WordPress websites go, it's a little bit heavy. And to be honest, it was a lot slow. It was a lot slow. We were at a 64 speed reading on page speed, and I knew I had to do something, right? So I had to either maintain it, clean it up, or figure something out. And so over the month of December, we decided to reformat that website and clean some things up, sure, but we also decided to reformat it in a new page builder called HWP. Now, HWP has been ruffling some feathers, because this is the new era of page building. If you're going to be professional, be intentional. It's very much a high level page building tool. In fact, I've been what I would consider a fairly successful agency since 2008. But as I started to adopt Etch, I realized I have a lot to learn here. I have a lot to learn. And so while the Manana No Mas website is never done, if you followed us for any length of time, you know that I'm consistently getting in there and fiddling with this or fiddling with that or adding some lead magnet or something. So while a website to me is never done, the latest version of Manana No Mas is about the fastest version of Manana No Mas we've ever had. We put the website up, we did a page speed test on it, and we pulled an 87. So going from bricks to Etch with similar kinds of loads as far as like the LMS goes and the CRM tool and things like that. And all of our blog post data. We left all of our blog posts active. I don't want to give up that SEO juice, right? And so we reformatted the website into Etch and we got an 87. Now, some people in the space might look at that and go, an 87, it probably could have been better than that. And it probably could be better than that. But we didn't go into that kind of like data cleansing, database cleansing. We didn't go into this huge project in search of page speed. We went into this thinking, how can we learn more about Etch, become more proficient with this new tool? How can we gain valuable experience with it? How can we demonstrate as an agency that we use what we sell? And how can we just take another step forward? And so we took that step forward. Now, moving further into 2026, I do plan to clean things up a little bit more in the back end of the website, make things a little more efficient. And we've put in a new shopping cart. We're using Fluent Cart in this website as well. And so instead of running things through the native Lifter LMS payment gateway for the digital products, we're going to start using Fluent Cart. And then that'll give us some more flexibility in how we sell our hosting and our digital products as far as courses and memberships and things like that. So very excited, very, very excited to see that happen. Now, the other thing that I want to share with you, and I believe it's okay to share this, I want to go to post status. I received a message in post status, and let me drag this over my screen here so I'm not looking completely somewhere else. I wanted to read this to you. This came from a gentleman named Mike Johnston. And Mike Johnston had reached out to me a couple of times previously, and he's very, very gracious. He's a very gracious person. But he listens to the work that me and Toby do on the Agency Action Show. That's part of the WP Minute franchise. And so Toby and I have a podcast there called the Agency Action Show. I welcome you to follow that, like it, subscribe it, all those things. I think we do some really good content there. Neither one of us have a lot of like emotion or buy-in in like we have to look good thing. Like we're very much into transparency, paying it forward, and helping people successfully launch or grow their own agencies. And so both Toby and I have gone into this with this unselfish notion of let us just share some of our experience here, and if it benefits you, fantastic. Now, Mike Johnston is one of those people. So I received this message for him right before New Year's, and I wanted to share it with you because this is People will ask, they say, Kurt, you're on like 5 podcasts a week. Why do you do this? This is exactly why I do this. Comments like this, and just for the record, folks, liking and sharing and all that, that's fantastic. If you want to like and share with us, we love that. But when you can give us some real feedback, it's something that it's immeasurable. It really is. This is part of what gives me the inspiration to do the things that I do. Ready? It says, hi, Kurt Von Onen. I hope you and your family had a good Christmas. You've talked on your podcast with Toby about your experience giving someone a piece of free advice and having them come back later to tell you it didn't work, or worse, that they're telling other people. I want to share the opposite story. Now, just for some context there, Toby and I did a full episode on paid discovery and why paid discovery is important to an agency, and that the worst thing you can do as an agency is give away free advice to people and then have them try and act on that free advice without your guidance, without your tutelage, and then fail. Because then they tell everybody, well, I got advice from this guy, doesn't know what he's talking about. And it's like, well, no, you're not an expert. You don't know. You don't even know what you're doing. So you took this free advice I gave you, you applied it miserably, and you failed. But that's not what they tell people. They tell people, I got this advice from so-and-so and it didn't work. So paid discovery is a real important thing for me. Anyway, Mike Johnson here says, I want to share the opposite story. So let's go on to the next paragraph. It says, I took some of your suggestions and borrowed heavily from the page on your website, so that's the Mañana No Mas website, that describes your WAS offering, website as a service, right? I built a proposal for a client, sent it to them last Saturday, and it was accepted Sunday afternoon. It's a small church in Alabama, and I've done a couple of projects for. We've built up trust, and I heard that their leadership team spent only 5 minutes discussing my proposal before they accepted it. Now it could be that I gave away too much, but I also priced it slightly higher than your base offering. I'm gearing up for a February 1 start. Anyway, just wanted to say thanks again for sharing your knowledge and experience. Have a great day. I responded, I put right on, Mike, this is great to hear or read. Happy New Year. And while that's a very simple response, I do want to go a little bit deeper. When people share those types of results with people like me, with people like Toby Crines, with people like Matt Medeiros, with people like Mark Zemansky, with people like Kevin Geary, if I could even put him into this category, hopefully he's not insulted that I would put him in the same category with me. When I look at the work that these people do, when I look at what WP Tuts is doing, when we get these types of feedbacks, when we get this type of, hey, thanks, you helped me, that is, it's inexplicable how far that goes and how much fuel that gives me to keep making the content that I am making. Mañana No Mas is right now, it's active. You could go to wpagencyacademy.com and you could sign up right now for a 47 lesson course on how to successfully launch your own WordPress agency. We are also doing an in-person apprenticeship here in Hutchinson, Kansas, using that same curriculum to launch people and do that. Now, part of the WP Agency Academy is right now we just have the 47 lesson course. Right now, that's what we have. Okay, that's what we have. Moving forward, we're going to have splintered courses. We're going to have an array of courses within that website that basically instructs potential agency owners on the tools that we successfully use at Mañana No Mas, how to use them and how to leverage them for profit. I don't know of anyone else in the WordPress space that's offering that type of learning, that type of tutelage, that type of paying it forward. So to be really clear, I'm 58. I'm 58 years old. I've been doing this game since 2004 when I originally signed up for my WordPress username. And honestly, I don't know how much longer I'm going to pursue, the next contract, the next contract, the next contract, the next contract. I'm getting to the point where I'd really like to pay it forward and help other agencies get established and grow and hopefully help them take those steps without all the stumbling blocks that we had to go through. Give them a clear path that says, these are really great tools. This is a really great strategy on how to leverage those tools to make a margin. This is how you extend those margins out over recurring income. This is how you manage customer projects or hire a team to work with you. And these are the things that we're covering in that 47 lesson course. But like I said, we're also working on additional courses to add to that program where we're going to say, like Lifter LMS, perfect example, right? Here is Lifter LMS. This is why we use Lifter LMS. This is how we leverage Lifter LMS to make profit for our agency. And this is how you actually use Lifter LMS. Like, we want to put all that into a package so that people can come to the WP Agency Academy. They can sign up to learn how to launch their own successful digital agency, but then also get that little push that says, this is how you use all these tools. So we're going to have courses on the Fluent tools. We're going to have courses on the Creator LMS, the WP funnels, Lifter LMS. There's a ton in there that we're going to cover for people. And rather than just be tutorials like, this is how you this is how you install it, this is how you activate it, this is how you set your settings, this is how, like, yeah, obviously we're going to cover that stuff. But what I want to come at this from is the angle of, you're an agency and you're using these tools for other people. You're an agency and you're leveraging these tools for other people to gain a profit. And so if we show people how we do this, I think there's a huge value in that. So right now, if you were to go to the WPAgencyAcademy.com site, you're going to see that you can sign up for this. You can become a founding member and get access to not only our existing course, but our future courses. And it's a lifetime thing. As long as the website's up, we're just going to keep pushing it out. If you want to be a part of that, now is the time to do that. Happy New Year's to you. If you want to take your side hustle and make it more official, now is the time to make that happen. Folks, I'm very excited about 2026. 2025 had some ups and downs, We had some big projects. We had some little projects. We had some big projects we couldn't wait to get rid of. We had some medium-sized projects that actually expanded. It's just been a whirlwind of a year. And having moved to Kansas and having the stress and the pressure off of having to pay to live in California has really, really helped me to see the light at the end of the tunnel and to be excited about this 2026 adventure. As we launch the apprenticeship program, as we launch the WP Agency Academy, as Mañana No Mas has been restructured, and as the Kurt Von Ahnen website is now more focused on the one-on-one consulting, the training, and all the things that I do as an individual, as we've been able to separate those projects and give more clarity to what each of those can do and generate, it's just been a wealth of opportunity for us. And my prayer for you going into the new year is that you experience that same type of clarity, or at least take a step in that direction to go, wait a minute, maybe I could isolate some things here. Maybe instead of having all this in one house, maybe I split things up a bit and lend a little more clarity to each thing and give each thing a chance to find its scale. And so hopefully that's the case. In the coming weeks, you're going to see some changes. I keep promising it. I haven't done it yet, but all of this in the background is going to change. We're going to update the office. We're going to change the studio around a little bit. We're going to go from working in grandma's office to actually having something that looks a little more modern. But the technology here is going to stay the same. I don't think I could be happier with what I've got. I've got two 32-inch monitors, keyboard, mouse, adjustable chair, ring light. Like, I'm happy. I'm still using my Remarkable 2 tablet that I brag about all the time. I plan on moving to the Remarkable Paper Pro in 26. But that's going to come after I liquidate this Remarkable 2. Folks, that's it. Happy New Year. I hope things go well for you. I'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.